Do you want to start on YouTube channel but actually you don't have a plan? Well, starting on YouTube feels a little bit awkward, right? It's like you are on the edge of the pool and you look at the water and feels cold, right? I know, I had that feeling. So if you are starting out, I put together for you a plan that I didn't have when I started out. So hopefully this will help you to get the things rolling and hopefully you will grow on YouTube as everybody wants. If you are new here, hello, I am Lydia with Marketing Your Niche. I help people and aspiring entrepreneurs find their niche, monetize it, and also start on YouTube if you want to make a channel or if you want to build an online business. In today's video, I want to share with you a plan. I call it my starting from scratch plan. It's a plan that I put together when I started my YouTube channel. So I'm going to share some of the steps that I hope you will find them helpful. It is a plan that is clear, it is simple, and also is powerful because it was giving you the steps that you need to follow along the way. So step number one is just post a video. So this is the hardest part, to put together a script, to decide on the idea. And the first thing that you want to do is think at your niche. What are you trying to teach? What are you trying to advise your audience, and what are you solving? Are you solving one of their pain points? Do they get a solution from you? What will be the result or transformation? So put together all of these things into a script and try to deliver. Your first video shouldn't be perfect, so you have to take that off your mind. Don't think at perfection, because perfection doesn't happen. When I first started, I was thinking to have the perfect equipment, perfect camera, perfect tripod, perfect iPhone, perfect video editor, perfect everything. But don't worry about it. This is not relevant. What matters is the content of your video. What are you teaching? What people are trying to learn from you? What are you teaching your audience? What is the pain point that you are trying to solve? So you have to keep that in mind. Step number two is focus on your niche. Instead of trying to appeal to everyone, you have to narrow down to your niche. What is exciting you? What you are good at? What are your skills, your capabilities or abilities? If you are over 40, 50, 60, 70 and even 80, definitely you have something to deliver. Even younger than that, the age shouldn't be an issue. So you have to think what people are learning from you. I'm creating videos about topics like starting on YouTube, find your niche and monetize it, money talks, because these are things that relate to me. These are things that I feel I could bring more value, and it's something that I keep nurturing over time, and is something that I'm passionate about. So you have to have that mentality of learning along the way, always, because learning is the key, right? Your audience should learn something from you. They should see the results in what you are teaching them, and they should see the transformation. Step number three, commitment to consistency. Consistency is the key. When I started my YouTube channel, I watched hundreds of YouTube videos, and the people that were on YouTube for a long time, they said the same thing. Consistency is the key. And you know what? They are perfectly right, because you have to commit to a schedule. You have to be consistent in posting. This will become like a job for you, but you have to do it right. In order to get paid, think about it this way: in order to get paid, you have to show up. It's the same as having this YouTube channel. It is like a job for you. This is what I felt it at the beginning. But once you are structuring your work and you become good at planning, batching your content, and your videos will become much easier. The hardest part is to convey your message, is to bring more value to the table so people will relate to what you are posting online. So you have to show up. Definitely, you have to show up. It's like a job, as I said. You have to show up, you have to do the work, have the results in order to get paid. Same here. You have to show up, you have to post. If you choose to post it daily, make sure that you have a plan ahead of posting daily. It will be like a hamster wheel. If you are not batching and if you are not planning ahead, it will be very hard for you to keep going. So make sure that you are planning your work ahead in order to be easier down the road. If you are planning to post weekly, that is fine, or bi-weekly or monthly, that is perfectly fine. This is what I learned. But you have to be consistent, which means you have to let the algorithm pick up on your frequency. The algorithm will notice how frequent you are posting. So if you'll be first of the month and 15th, that is fine. The algorithm will push these videos whenever you are posting. But if you are posting one time beginning of the month and then you are posting again in 3 months, or even worse in 1 year, that won't sound pretty great for the algorithm. Means that you are not committed to consistency. So the algorithm doesn't like that. So make sure you are committed to consistency. Step number 4, use free tools. So you don't have to spend money on expensive equipment like a $2,000 camera, or I don't know what fancy iPhone, or pay for a YouTube editor that is super fancy, has so many features and so on. When I started, I used a free video editor that didn't have any watermark. I'm still using that editor right now for my podcast, Marketing Your Niche. And also I'm using it for my YouTube videos sometimes. So if you want me to tell you about this free video editor, it's a user-friendly editor, no watermarks, free forever. You could use it, and let me know in the comments below if you want me to make a video regarding this video editor. Is super friendly. And also you don't have to use fancy cameras, as I said. I noticed that on so many freebies that people are handing out, they are mentioning cameras that should be used because it's a high quality, or even on the description of YouTube videos, I noticed that some YouTubers are recommending cameras that people should use when they are filming, right? And when I click on the links, they are expensive. These were so expensive, so I don't think you need that at the beginning. If you have your smartphone, that is perfectly fine, that is good enough, that should do the work. Or if you have an old camera like I do, I'm planning to change it, but it's working perfectly fine right now, then use what you have. I'm more on using what I have and producing more value in the terms of content, rather than spending money on fancy equipment and having that mentality, I'm spending this now because it will make my content look good or is improving something that I'm posting online. That doesn't do the work. Your video won't be fancier if you are thinking that way. What matters most is the content. If you like to use some visual effects that will make your video more engaging, then this is the part where you have to focus, rather than buying fancy equipment and spending money on something that is not necessary. You don't need it at this stage. Step number 5 is learn as you go. This is the biggest one, because every time you post a video, every time you are showing in front of the camera, you are gaining more experience. You are growing every step of the way, right? But one segment where you have to improve is the thumbnails and the title of your video. So, and also the format, you have to structure your video, so you have to have a format in place that you are following, and that will be beneficial for the time when your audience is watching your videos, because they could relate to that. If they like the format, they will come back for more, because they are knowing that you are explaining things in a way that it is very clear, is friendly, is something they are related to, and also they want more of that thing. They want to learn from you. They don't want to learn from other people. They want to learn from you because they like the way that you explain it. One important thing is also to be comfortable in front of the camera. I don't know about you, but everything is starting with practice. Practice is make it better. Back in the days when I was a teacher, I taught geography, by the way. I was showing up in front of so many kids from grade 5 to grade 12, right? I was speaking in front of them. I was doing my job, teaching them, having more conversations, and being like a small community where we prepare homeworks, we discuss about different topics. And I felt that this experience will help me once I start my YouTube channel, and definitely did help me in the way that I could speak to an audience. The difference is that the audience is through these cameras. I actually is behind the lens, I could tell you, and how I related to that and make my job much easier is that I see the camera like I'm talking with a friend that is behind the lens. You will feel that will be a little bit awkward at the beginning to speak with the camera. You feel that you speak with no one. This is my feeling when I'm preparing my podcast videos. I feel I'm speaking with no one. But if you are thinking, making ripples along the way, recording, and then you post your videos and you are showing up to the world, that is a big thing. You have to think it that way, that behind the camera is the entire world that is watching you, that is waiting for you to deliver and is expecting you to help them to solve some pain points they have, and they want to feel that transformation when they start watching your YouTube video. They want you to deliver on the promise that you made at the beginning. So I'm thinking this journey like start teaching lessons in the same way that I taught my students back in the days when I was a teacher. So one thing to keep in mind, the structure of your video is so important. You have to use a strong hook at the beginning. If you watch the shorts in the first 5-10 seconds, they deliver something that is making the viewer more curious. So same with the YouTube video, the hook should be strong enough. You have to let your audience know what are you trying to deliver, and also what they are hoping to learn at the end of this video. So you have to make sure that you deliver on the promise. Remember, the best creators started small. We are all started from zero, so don't be afraid to start. Everything started from the beginning, started from zero, from scratch. So we've been there. It's important to start. Your job is just to keep going, is just to deliver value, to get better at creating videos that are relatable to your audience. If you want to get more steps on how to start your YouTube channel, I put together a video called how I'm starting my YouTube channel from scratch, and you could start too. So I encourage you to watch it. Next is right here, and also let me know in the comments below what are your challenges or what are your fears behind starting your YouTube channel. I love to hear from you, and also I want to grow together. So who is in?